Okay, today for notes you're going to talk about areas of triangles and parallelograms. And before we get started with the parallelograms and triangles, we just need to know that area congruence postulate is just simply stating if two polygons are congruent, then they have the same area. Okay, moving on to parallelograms. So the area of a parallelogram, the things that we need to know is that, are the two things we need to know. Either pair of parallel sides can be used as bases, so it doesn't matter how you do it. This can be base, 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 or base, but we typically will use the bottoms as bases. And also, I need you to know that there's a height, and the height forms a right angle with the base. So this is your height. And it can be anywhere on that parallelogram in between the two bases. Area of a triangle we talked about on Wednesday, and you just have to have a base and a height. One thing I forgot to mention is that the area of a parallelogram is base times height, just like the area of a rectangle. Area of a triangle, we have discussed already, is base times height divided by 2, or 1/2 base times height. In our first example, we have a triangle, so we're going to use the formula base times height divided by 2. My base is right here, but I don't know my base, so I have to use Pythagorean theorem to figure out my base. So 5 squared is one of the legs, plus x, I'm just going to call that base x, squared equals 13 squared. And 25 plus x squared equals 169. When I subtract 25 on both sides, x squared equals 144. And then to x alone, I take the square root, and x equals 12. So x equals 12 right here. So now my base is 12 times my height, which is right here. That's 5 divided by 2. Well, 12 times 5 is 60. 60 divided by 2 is 30. So my answer is 30, and I don't have a label, or a unit. So my answer is 30. And it also asks for my perimeter. That's my area. So perimeter, we'll do in blue. It's just adding up all the sides. So 12 plus, we'll do it down here, plus 13 plus 5 equals 30 also. So my perimeter actually is the same as my area. That is not, it's kind of ironic. Okay, now to find the area of the parallelogram. We'll start with area, we'll do that in red. So area equals base times height. My base is always next to that right angle, so my base is 30 times my height, which is 17. And when you multiply that, you get 510. So my area equals 510. And then perimeter would be to add up all the sides. Since this is 30, then this is 30. And if this is 20, then this side's 20 because they're the same. So 30 plus 20 plus 30 plus 20 equals 100. So the perimeter of that parallelogram is 100. Now looking at this triangle, we have area equals base times height divided by 2. My base is always next to the right angle, so 21 times 8 divided by 2. When you work that out, you should get 84. And when you look at the perimeter, you're adding up all the sides, so 17 plus 21 plus 10 equals 48. Okay, in this example we're talking about triangles. It says the length of the hypotenuse and one leg of the right triangle are given. Find the perimeter and area of the triangle. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw the triangle so we can get a picture of it. And it's a right triangle. So the hypotenuse is 26. One of the legs is 24, and I don't know the other leg. In order to find the area of the triangle, I have to have the base angle. In this case, I could put 24 on the bottom. I could cross this out and put 24 here, but then I would have to put X here. So either way, you have to figure it out, because one would be, in this case, this would be my base and this would be my height. So I would just go back to the original that we had and figure it out from there. So first we have to find the base by using Pythagorean theorem. So x squared plus x, or I'm sorry, 24 squared plus x squared equals 26 squared. And 24 squared is 576 plus x squared equals 676. I subtract 576 on both sides, and x squared equals 100. Take the square root, and x equals 10. So now I can say my base is 10, and I can find the perimeter and the area of the triangle. Since I've been starting with area, we'll just continue starting with area. Base times height divided by 2. My base is 10. My height is 24 divided by 2, which equals 120. And they actually give me a unit, so I need to use that unit, and I need to square it because I'm talking about area. Perimeter is adding up all the sides, so I have 24 plus 10 plus 26. So the perimeter of this triangle is 60 centimeters. Looking at example 2 or B, I need to do the same thing. I draw my triangle, I label my triangle, I have a leg here, and I have a hypotenuse here, and this time I switched. I said my leg is going to be my base. Like I said before, it doesn't matter where you put it. So now you need to use Pythagorean theorem, so x squared plus 14 squared equals 50 squared. So x squared plus 196 equals 2500. When I subtract 196 from both sides, x squared equals 2,304. When I take the square root of that, x equals 48. Now that just helps me find what x equals. So now I can find the area. And that would be my height. This is going to be my height. This is going to be my base. So area equals base times height divided by 2. My base is 14. My height is 48. And I divide by 2. So when I figure that out, my area is 336 millimeters squared. And I go to perimeter, which is just adding up all the sides, so 48 plus 14 plus 50 equals 112 millimeters. Now for example number 3, they give us the area instead of giving us the base and the height. So I'm going to use the same formula. Area equals, whoops, keep it with red. So we can be consistent. Area is always in red. Area equals base times height. My area is 153. So that's what they gave us. My base is 17, and my height, I don't know, so I put x there. To find x, I divide by 17 on both sides, and 153 divided by 17 is 9 feet. So x equals 9 feet. Now example B, I have a triangle, so area equals base times height divided by 2. Area, oops, I know my area, so I can fill in 399 for A. My base I don't know. They give me x, and my height is 21. So 21 times x is 21x, divided by 2. To work out this problem, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. When I do that, I get 798 equals 21x. To get x alone, I divide by 21. So x equals 38 in its inches. Okay, example 4, the base of the triangle is twice its height. The area of the triangle is 36 square inches, so find the base and the height. So I draw a picture of a triangle so I can label it. I know I'm going to need my height. And here's my base. And it says the base of the triangle is twice its height. So I'm going to actually erase that so that we can write there. If the base of the triangle is twice its height, then I'm going to put x for my height, and I'm going to put 2x for my base. Because the base is 2 times my height, so I have to put something for my height and then double it for my base. So to figure that out, I would figure out the area. Area equals base times height divided by 2. Area they give me of the triangle is 36, so 36 equals base, which is right here, 2x times my height, right here, which is x, so times x, and I divide that by 2. So 36 equals 2x squared divided by 2. Well, the 2's are going to cancel, so 36 equals x squared, and to find x, I take the square root, so 6 equals x. Here's your homework. Now please use your time wisely and get your homework done before the weekend. Have a good weekend.